What is up, guys? It is the Blue Bloods here, coming back at y'all with another episode. And it's been a busy weekend, man. We had a Saturday episode, two Sunday episodes, man, and we got a lot of more great content coming your way this week right here on the Blue Bloods. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. But Tennessee State on an absolute tear on the recruiting trail, especially in the transfer portal. We had an episode a little while back but they landed three impact FBS transfers already on this team. Earlier today, I dropped an episode on Draylon Ellis, OVC Offensive Player of the Year, OVC All American quarterback, committing to the Tigers and Eddie George. And now they go to the defensive side of the ball and land Draylon Ellis's teammate, Terrell Allen, defensive lineman from Austin Peay, and All American himself to fortify already a solid defensive line. The defensive line was one of the positions for Tennessee State that I personally thought was a strength of this team, and they're getting an absolute monster with major potential on the defensive line and Terrell Allen. You're looking at him coming out of high school. He was out of North Little Rock High School, led his team to the state championship all 4 years of his high school career, winning the Arkansas State title in 2017, was an all-state team 7A selection his senior year. And on top of that, his senior year had 72 total tackles, 32 tackles for loss, and 14 sacks coming out of high school, but was a little bit overlooked just due to where he was playing. But Allen was able to come in and be an immediate contributor for Austin Peay. He played in all 8 games in the spring, started the final 3 games of the season as a true freshman, and as a true freshman put up 18 tackles, 3.5 for loss, half a sack, and a fumble recovery. But late in the season, man, he really hit his mark. The season finale had a season high 5 tackles and a tackle and a half for loss against Murray State in a huge game, but he was able to follow that up with a giant sophomore year performance with 36 total tackles, 11 for loss, 5 sacks, and a forced fumble. And you see here the aggression, the strength, the play recognition. This guy can get upfield and make plays fast. As a sophomore, was a second team All OVC All American, was a Hero Sports sophomore All American selection, and this year had a giant performance against Eastern Illinois in which he had 2.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks for a huge win for Austin Peay. But this is a giant addition for Tennessee State on the D line. I think they probably had one more position they needed filled. They got three guys coming back. Their top three sack leaders from the D line do return. To Darius Patterson at the edge spot, 31 tackles, 6 for loss, 6 sacks last year. Was an All American. Teray Jones, a defensive tackle, 28 tackles, 4.5 for loss, 3 sacks, and Devoan Hawkins on the D line as well, 4.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks last year with almost 30 total tackles. And now you add Terrell Allen, which he can play the three, he can play the edge spot, he can play pretty much anywhere, man. He can play the three, the five, he can be a stand-up edge rusher. This guy is very versatile, and you already have some other versatile pieces on that D line. Tennessee State's going to be able to mix and match in certain situations to really put their best personnel on the field. They have the personnel for the run stopping, they have the personnel for the pass rush. And right now, you're looking at them having one of the better defensive lines in the OVC right now, if not the best. And they're going to have one of the top ones in the FCS right now, especially when you're looking at a lot of the top defensive lines in the country last year lost a lot of contributors. I mean, you look at North Dakota State losing, I believe, 3 starters from that defensive line, Jackson State losing their top 3 guys from that D line. You're looking at Tennessee State potentially having a top 10 D line in FCS right now, especially now with the addition of Terrell Allen. This guy is going to be able to step in and make an immediate impact for Tennessee State. This front seven for them is shaping up really nicely. They've really had some secondary losses they had to address, especially with Corey Raymond entering the NFL, and they addressed those with Deshaun Watkins and some other guys. But Tennessee State on the defensive line, that is going to be the strength of their team. I really do think they are going to be one of the teams that are going to be able to get after the quarterback efficiently, and also it's going to be really hard to run on them, especially with all the versatile pieces they have. But Terrell Allen, former OVC All-American from Austin Peay, announces his transfer to Tennessee State, and that is two Austin Peay All-Americans headed to Tennessee State at the quarterback spot with Draylon Ellis and Terrell Allen, fortifying that already ridiculous defensive line in which they have multiple All-Americans now and a lot of starting production now. All four guys who start on that D line are all going to have 12 plus games of starting experience. It looks like maybe even 15. So they're going to be experienced, they're going to be talented, they're going to be accomplished. And Tennessee State is going to have to be taken extremely seriously in the OVC and the FCS picture the way they're recruiting right now. But excellent addition for Eddie George and Tennessee State. Terrell Allen headed up there to Tennessee to hopefully, let's see. Tennessee State's going to have a great chance to get that OVC ring and be in the FCS playoffs. I'm excited to see what else they have coming down the line. But guys, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Comment below on what you think about Terrell Allen announcing his transfer to Tennessee State. And stay tuned the rest of this week, man, for all the great content we have coming your way right here on the Blue Bloods. But guys, for myself, the Blue Bloods, until next time, we are out.